It is about your ability to align energetically with what you want. That is the key of manifestation. Welcome to Intuition Unlocked, the podcast empowering empathic women who feel misunderstood, overwhelmed, or disconnected from their intuition, begin to trust their sensitivities, find inner clarity, and show up with embodied, unstoppable confidence in their daily lives. I am your host, Olivia Ashley, an empath and intuitive, and I am so happy you're here. Welcome to Intuition Unlocked and to this week's intuitive energy forecast for November 11th, yay 11/11, through the 17th. So if you're new here, this is something I put out every week. I channel messages straight for you, listener, to be able to feel into what's happening, get that intuitive higher perspective that can allow you to ask your own questions, check in with your own intuition. Does this feel right? Is this resonating? Does this not? And really get some answers or insight or empowerment, however you choose to use these episodes for your week. I find that getting insight and energy and look aheads just really helps me feel a little bit more supportive, like I'm in the know and more grounded and able to tackle whatever comes up through the week. So this week, we are diving into some powerful shifts. This week's theme is higher perspectives. Again, there's just this profound shift taking place. I keep seeing a mountain. I keep seeing us being on that, like, we're not at the top, but we have made a significant climb. And not only have we climbed, we have built a solid foundation as we are climbing. And it's like that we are finally kind of encouraged to pause and lift our head and take in the view. And you may even find yourself reflecting on how far you've come, what you've built along the way. I'm seeing it's an opportunity to reflect, to feel a sense of assurance that while this journey has most likely been challenging, you have had a lot of support and growth, and it is aligned with your purpose. This week's energy theme is higher perspectives. There is just this sense of a profound shift taking place. I immediately, when I opened up to these messages, saw all this light coming down from the cosmos, down onto Earth, down into us. And so I'm calling that a light blast. I don't know how else to describe what I'm seeing. It's not that unusual. I think we have this more than we realize. And what I'm really seeing is an influx of cosmic energy supporting us and elevating our frequency. So it feels like this gentle but powerful sauna for the soul. That's a good way, I think, visually I can describe it. Like you go into the sauna for your physical being, you sweat, it clears detoxes, and you leave usually feeling a bit better. Well, there's this light blast that's frequency, it's energy, it's literal energy coming down, and it's really helping us, what I'm hearing and receiving. It's going to help us clear what's been heavy and not supporting our physical, emotional, and spiritual being. And this light is going to help us take it to the next level, take it to a higher place, take it to the next step of our journey and help us get there. So many of us who are more sensitive may actually feel this energetically, like this all of a sudden it's just like, whoa, something has shifted. There's a bit of adjustment in my energy body. Or you might feel a little bit more tired or off because we are having to make space and adjust for this new energy that's come in. But I see it blanketing the earth. I think some pockets may or may not feel this, but there's a sense that there's like an overall boom of light coming, that it's time. And so I also received that you could experience these as a sense of deeper connection, maybe more this call to home. And when I say home, it's that felt sense of, if you describe home being a loving, rooted, safe, supportive, nourishing place, like the home is where the heart is. is how I would describe home in this sense. And also maybe a feeling of peace or a new clarity that you can't even quite put into words, but it's just like, okay, I understand this. I am getting this new. It's like we put on a new pair of glasses, or you go to the eye doctor and your eyes have adjusted a little bit, so you need some new glasses. That's what this energy is going to bring for you. And I also really sense that for anyone who's resonating as a starseed, this feels like a time of new attunements, intuitive awakenings, and or energetic upgrades for you. I always see this as it's a new level. Like you're ready for that next step. You've done clearing, you've been working on yourself. You're getting more aligned with your purpose and your sense of being. And so we'll go through these moments of ahas and upgrades that then take a while to settle. So knowing that this is a time where we're going to be feeling and receiving, and then we'll move into most likely this integrative place so we can make sense and move this light and this new frequency into our body. It overall just feels like an opening of cosmic connections beginning to happen and increasing for some of you. Another message I received really goes back to that higher perspective and reflection. So this week is inviting us to look up from the work we've been doing. I keep seeing this big, beautiful mountain where the sun is cresting up over the other mountain peaks. And you have been steadily climbing this, and not only climbing, but building this mountain. It represents you, your path, your purpose, your overall soul journey. And you've been so diligent, keeping your head down, taking your steps, taking pauses. And now there's an encouragement this week to pause and lift your head and take in the view. You may find yourself reflecting on how far you've come or what you've built along the way. And I see it as an opportunity to really get a new sense of perspective. So when we can look up and look out, we can see we are on this mountain. We get that hindsight insight. We get those new understanding. It's like this crisp, this like you just conquered and created and built this, and you're taking that pause and you're taking it in, and it feels like a momentous, magical moment. And that's the energy of this week. There is this theme of payoff that's coming up with it that feels connected to your relationship with money as well, because that's how I kept seeing this climb of the mountain. It's like it's time for payoff this week, and then they brought up money. So the energy is calling us to examine how we are relating to money, whether that's belief of worth, maybe it's fear around receiving, or even an outdated pattern that you're just ready to drop. Money is one of the many forms of abundance, but it's not the only form of abundance. And when I get this sense, it's like it's meant to flow, be joyful, natural, expansive. Money is a tool we can utilize to make dreams come true, to help other people, to serve, to feel secure. And so this week, take into account any shifts that you're ready to make. Whether you release a limiting belief, you work on a budget, you make new decisions, you're being asked to reframe that scarcity into abundance and really invite a new level of ease into your financial life, because it's time. It is time for you to step up, step into this next level, this higher perspective, this higher embodiment that we have been working towards what feels like for a long time. And so with this comes manifestation speeding up. So you might be noticing time is feeling like it's going warp speed. I think there's moments in life where it can feel really slow or dreamlike, but right now it is fast, and it feels like it's only going to get faster through the end of this year. And so manifestations really feel within reach and tangible. There is this alignment, again, this light blast, we've climbed the mountain, we're looking out, we're basking in it, and we're continuing to make refinements in our beliefs and our sense of being and our purpose and how it's all aligned. And this process of manifestation is not just about desire. It is about your ability to align energetically with what you want. That is the key of manifestation. It's moving from I'm here and I'm feeling stuck or stagnant, or I'm only getting this and I want to be there and I want to feel this way and I want to embody that and I want my life to look like this. And then you do the work to reprogram your mind, to reset intention, to reset beliefs, and to release those pieces that you are just stuck in or the things that are keeping you where you are. And so that takes time. And yet there's this sense of we have been on this journey for a while. We've been sowing these seeds for a while. And now you're going to be able to understand what those seeds are beginning to grow as. So remind yourself this week, what were some of those seeds that you planted and what were those hopeful outcomes? Because we start this week on 11/11. And I love numbers. There's so much power and magic in numerology. This is a powerful portal and it starts our week. So we're going to feel this through this next couple days and week and even month. The 11s just feel really open and expansive. And I'll quickly share one of my favorite manifestations that came through on 11/11 was back in would have been 2020. So 11/11, 2020. And Stephen and I, my husband, had already made the decision that we were going to be traveling. We have the RV, we're working on it. We're still a little bit of ways out from being able to travel. But really the only thing we were missing, even though we already knew we were leaving no matter what, was money. I was already working remote, but at that time I was part-time and making just measly money, very little money. I mean, it was not going to be livable. And yet we just had full faith that we would figure it out. I would get a new job or something would happen. And I had been putting feelers out for the past couple months to say, I'm ready. I'm ready to stay remote, but come back full time or more hours. Can we make this work? And I was getting pushback. It was hard. I was not seeing what was going to happen. And then it worked out that I got 2 different offers. So 2 different teams offered me a full-time remote position on 11/11 for an amount that would let us travel, pay our bills. And I accepted one of them. And that took me to where I am now with my corporate job. And it let us travel. It gave us the exact amount we needed with just a little bit of cushion. We were not by any means saving, but we were supported. We had just what we need. And we took off a couple months later and traveled for half a year. So I like to bring that because there were so many aspects of one, I didn't know the path, but I knew what felt right and trusted my gut that traveling was the path we were taking and we were taking actionable steps to make that happen. 2, I was somewhat being tested that I was not getting responses or things that were really making me feel confident that I was going to have an opportunity arise through my current work. But then conversations began adjusting. Other people made decisions which opened doors that allowed me to get an opportunity and then another one to come through. And it was mind-blowing to see 2 offers like, hey, we want you. This is what we can offer you on those days. And then I had to make a decision. So trust yourself and notice if there's anywhere that you're seeing progress or hints of movement in your life. Sometimes, like I just shared, you might experience some tests around your intentions that might come up this week, but I do feel it's all purposeful and it is aligning towards your manifestations. It is not a setback. It is not a negative thing if you're receiving tests. It's an invitation to hold your frequency, stay aligned, and continue trusting your path. Last message I received for this week is to be bold and tune into your purpose. So this all comes together. I'm really loving that all these themes align. I think they do every week, but it's a week to step boldly into your purpose, to lean into the guidance of your intuition, your ancestors. I feel them so close, and your guides or angels or whomever that you feel connected to or want to connect to. The concepts of mission and destiny and purpose feel so front and center. Like I'm giddy with excitement because it means we are listening and we are walking the path and we can trust it and we can keep going. So we are being asked to continue to reconnect with what fills you up with excitement and joy. If you can follow and create a life based on what excites you and what brings you joy and makes you feel good, you will be supported. It's like the law of attraction and what is going to happen. This alignment with joy is key. It will be an indicator that you're moving in the right direction, whether you're creating it or receiving it. It's so important. And I see excitement and joy and that vibration that it brings as being essential to living a confident, an intuitively led, purposeful, supported, happy, abundant life. Whatever you want in this life, really embodying those emotions are going to take you places. The next episode coming out on Wednesday will take us even deeper into this topic of purpose, how to find it, feel it, embody it with that confidence, and we'll go even deeper. So I'm kind of laughing because I chose to record that episode first, and then I received and channeled all these messages for you. And I'm like, oh, okay, I see why you had me choose that topic, because you're weaving it in here now to this week's energy and what we need for ourselves. And so trust the messages, trust the journey. That was a reminder to me that there's just above and beyond support around me, helping me. And I love when things connect like that. So thank you for joining me on this journey into this week's energy. Higher perspectives, manifestation, and abundance are all here to support you on your path this week. Remember, as you step forward, to trust the timing, stay aligned with what feels right for you, and know that even small intentional steps will create profound shifts. If you found this episode insightful, I'd love if you would share it with someone who you think could use a bit of cosmic guidance, higher perspective, and support on their journey, because we can't do it alone. We are here to do this together. Until next time, stay grounded, stay open, align with your true self, and watch the magic unfold. Thank you for joining me on Intuition Unlocked. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of insight, guidance, or intuitive inspiration. To dive deeper into our community and get access to exclusive content, head to my website at www.olivia-ashley.com and subscribe to my newsletter. You can also connect with me on Instagram at wildlyolivia for daily inspiration and updates. Remember, your intuition is your superpower. Trust it, nurture it, and let it guide you. Until next time, I'm Olivia Ashley, and I can't wait to connect with you again.